Hello, I'm Askar Sharliyev and you're watching the news from Kazakhstan. Another scandal linked to the family of Kazakh president is developing inside the country. Following the corruption allegations against the president's son-in-law Timur Kulibayev, several businessmen accused Nursultan Nazarbayev's brother of pocketing their money. Find out more from the next report.
Bolat Nazarbayev, give our money back.
The elder brother of President of Kazakhstan, Bolat Nazarbayev, is linked to a recent financial scandal. On February 16th, a group of businessmen advanced several accusations against the directorate of the never-completed bus terminal Ushkonur. According to the entrepreneurs, back in 2007, 67 people paid a total amount of $2.5 million for shopping areas in Ushkonur, the owner of which, at the time, was Bolat Nazarbayev. They believed the extensive advertising campaign which mentioned the name of Bolat Nazarbayev, and they had no reasons to disbelieve our president's brother. An average bus terminal boutique cost anywhere from $20,000 to $35,000. Investing the money, the businessman didn't sign any official deals. Instead, the administration issued passports to the future boutiques, signed by the company's director, Kamal Kurmangaliyev. Supposedly, the rest of the required documents should have been ready after the depot's opening. However, since the beginning of 2010, the company's bus terminal Ushkonur was replaced with a new company, Shopping Mall Ushkonur, which has a new director. According to businessmen, the owner of the new partnership is yet again Bolat Nazarbayev. Nevertheless, the leadership of the shopping center dismisses commitments to the previous legal entity.
The court has the supreme power, so its decision will be final. However, I would like to note that these funds were never officially transferred to the company, and therefore we believe the actions of the former leadership can be considered a criminal offense. Thus, we will recover these funds through criminal procedures.
13 affected businessmen submitted a claim against Ushkonur bus terminal to Karasay Court of Almaty region seeking monetary compensation. According to plaintiffs, there are no guarantees that their investment money will be returned. Former director Kamal Kurmangaliyev and other leaders of the bus terminal do not attend the trial, while law enforcement agencies and prosecutors' office do not think about it.
The name of Nursultan Nazarbayev also appears in other stories of the day. A grand sport complex is currently being built in Almaty, and the owner of the facility is the public fund of the first president. The amounts spent on the project are not specified, while fund representatives say they do not pursue commercial goals. Some experts, however, are skeptical about such opinions.
An ultra-modern fitness town will be raised near the center of Almaty by the end of 2010. The project was commissioned by the fund of the first president of Kazakhstan. In the Soviet past, the Almaty house building plant raised a sports center at this site, which was later occupied by the Central Sports Army Club. It was revealed recently that the facility now belongs to the fund and is undergoing major reconstructions.
There will be a swimming pool, tennis courts, both outdoor and covered, grandstands, large and small soccer fields. This facility will be bigger than it was before.
The public fund does not reveal the cost of the project, referring to the absence of design estimates. Representatives of the public union have a simple explanation for the fact that they own such a major facility.
It was privatized a long time ago, and the initial owners couldn't maintain it in a good condition as they had no required resources. So they decided to pass it to the fund of the first president of Kazakhstan.
The fund's leadership says the project is not commercial. However, a well-known Almaty real estate appraiser, Alexander Kalinin, has some doubts about that. Nowadays, altruism is extremely expensive.
We know well who runs this organization, and there is no doubt that it will see this project to the end. I'm sure that this stadium will be used not only for commercial purposes, but hopefully also for some free-of-charge activities so that ordinary people could attend them.
Meanwhile, with the indoor pool closed for reconstruction, coaches and other staff were sacked and athletes had to temporarily suspend their training in search of a new base. Sports veterans wrote a complaint to the country's prime minister, fearing they will no longer be able to use the facility after it will be reopened after the reconstruction.
On the other hand, a new university named after Nursultan Nazarbayev will have an open enrollment, although it is not really clear how many potential students will be able to afford the tuition. According to the board chairman of the new University of Astana, Aslan Sarinjipov, the fees will be at least £12,000 a year, which is compatible with the rates of prestigious international universities. At the same time, the high tuition is set at the time when the country's economy is still recovering after the crisis. Here are some numbers according to statistics agency The foreign trade turnover of Kazakhstan in 2009 decreased by more than a third.
The numbers show the difference with 2008. Exports dropped by 39% and amounted to about $43 billion. Imports declined by a quarter and amounted to a little more than $28 billion. The major import partners of Kazakhstan in the last year were Russia, China, Ukraine, Italy and Germany. Raw materials and minerals make the largest share of the country's exports.